Brian Murphy back here at Winter Park with Chris Thomason, heading into a Week 15 matchup with the Philadelphia Eagles at the Metro. Actually, Week 14. There's 3 games left at the Metrodome. Only 2 games left at the Metrodome. The Vikings sitting at 3-9-1. Eagles surging now in first place in the NFC East, so a lot at stake for them. But again, we have some more quarterback news on Wednesday. What would Wednesday be without a quarterback quandary or announcement? And it sounds like Matt Cassel is going to get the nod.
Yeah, not really a surprise. Matt Cassel will get his 4th start of the season Sunday against the Eagles. Really, Leslie Frazier, you can't ignore the numbers. I mean, statistically, he's been by far the best of the 3 quarterbacks this year. He's thrown 4 times for 240 yards in a game. No other quarterback on the team has thrown for that much in even one game. He's led them to more victories, 2, than anybody else. And really, you can't ignore that he's been the best of the 3 quarterbacks, and he will get the nod on Sunday.
And it sounded like just really no inkling that there'll be another Josh Freeman sighting.
No, I mean, pretty much that might have been the last chance last Sunday if it had been a lopsided game and Josh Freeman could have rushed in to save the day, but that didn't happen. And unless there's another injury, I mean, I doubt if he'll be active against the Eagles, and probably not for the last 2 games.
Vikings' depth at running back certainly being challenged. Adrian Peterson, as everyone knows, has a sprained foot. Toby Gerhardt has a strained hamstring. They're going to be monitored, and there are going to be some issues that we're going to have to probably follow to the end of the week to find out if it's going to be one, both, or, Matt Asiata is going to have to step up and start. What do we know about that?
Well, Adrian Peterson, as you know, told reporters on Monday that he expects to play Sunday, and he relayed that to Coach Frazier on Wednesday. Coach Frazier told an anecdote about going up the stairs and just asking Adrian about his status, and he said, "Oh, Coach, I'm ready, I'm playing," but he's going to have to see him on the field first. He's going to have to get out and be able to do something Friday on the field to play, and Coach Frazier is more optimistic about Toby Gerhardt, but he says he has confidence in Matt Asiata if he has to dip into his 3rd-string guy.
A lot at stake for Toby Gerhardt. Obviously, he's going to be a free agent this year. It doesn't seem like the Vikings are going to be able to or want to be able to retain him because he's been playing so much behind Peterson. So, I mean, if he's got a payday staring him in the face, I think he'd have a lot at stake if he could get into the lineup these last few games.
Yeah, he's pretty much been open the last couple of weeks about saying, I'm auditioning. I mean, he doesn't flat out say, I'm out the door, but few expect that he's going to return to Minnesota next season unless something crazy happens and Adrian Peterson gets traded. So, he's obviously auditioning, and he's had a great last couple of games, and he'll probably have another opportunity Sunday. Even if Adrian Peterson does play, I would imagine they don't want to give him a ridiculous workload.
Should be noted at 3-9-1, the Vikings are staring dead at another double-digit loss season 2 years after going 3-13 under Coach Leslie Frazier. His job security is going to be an issue for the next couple of weeks, and certainly as we get into the off-season. I think one thing can be said, though, that veterans Chad Greenway and Greg Jennings mentioned this today in the locker room as well. This team is not falling apart. They're not turning on themselves. They're not turning on their coach. There's a lot of cohesion. The message is apparently still resonating. The fact that the Vikings have been in so many games and been so close and suffered so many painful losses, while Frazier's going to have to account for that, there's definitely not a sense of, things falling apart. So I think, if anything, that's a vote of confidence from the locker room on Leslie Frazier as we head out down the stretch here.
And at least the 3 games remaining do provide an opportunity for spoiler status. Philadelphia leads the NFC East, but they're in a tight battle with Dallas. Then they've got Cincinnati, which probably will win the AFC North, but is battling to try to get the number 2 overall seed with New England. And then the home finale, Detroit might be in a situation where they have to win the NFC North. So that might add a little incentive to the Vikings to have a spoiler role in the last few games.
Well, plenty to watch down the last 3 weeks. So for Chris Thomason and epic photobomber Chad Greenway, I'm Brian Murphy signing off from Winter Park.